A Ukrainian FPV drone descends toward two Russian soldiers hiding beside a patch of bushes. As the aircraft closes in, one of the soldiers attempts to stop the approaching drone, but the effort fails to alter its course. Nearby, another soldier concealed inside a shallow fighting position is also located from above. Even those who break cover and attempt to flee are quickly tracked across the open terrain. In the final moments, a Russian logistics vehicle is detected, forcing the soldiers riding inside to abandon the vehicle and scatter as Ukrainian drones continue operating over the area. The following scene unfolds across an open field near the Pokrovsk direction. A Russian soldier is seen running in panic across the exposed terrain, while a Ukrainian FPV drone rapidly closes in from behind. Desperately trying to escape, he repeatedly looks over his shoulder to see whether he has managed to shake off the pursuing aircraft. After only a short run, the FPV drone accelerates ahead, cuts off his escape route, and commits to the engagement before he can reach safety. The fighting in the Donetsk sector remains intense, as Ukrainian reconnaissance drones continue monitoring exposed areas along the front line. In this sequence, a lone Russian soldier is spotted crossing an open grass field before moving into a large patch of bushes, apparently hoping to remain concealed. His position is immediately relayed to a nearby Ukrainian FPV drone unit. While the reconnaissance drone quietly maintains visual contact from above, the strike drone navigates directly toward the reported location. Believing he is successfully hidden, the soldier remains unaware of the approaching aircraft. Only as the FPV drone closes in at low altitude does he realize the danger. But the reaction comes too late. The drone rapidly commits to the engagement before he can abandon his position or find another place to hide. The following engagement takes place in a forest near the Siversk direction. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a lone Russian soldier moving cautiously through the damaged woodland with his rifle in hand. After stopping beside a tree to rest, he wanders over to a pile of discarded debris, apparently searching for something to eat or drink, but soon returns empty-handed. Moments later, a Ukrainian FPV drone is directed toward the area. The soldier hears the approaching aircraft and begins circling the tree while repeatedly looking overhead, trying to keep the trunk between himself and the drone. Deciding the position is no longer safe, he breaks cover and runs deeper into the forest in search of another hiding place. The drone operator continues tracking every movement from above and quickly relocates him. As the FPV drone closes in, the soldier attempts to fire back, but the effort fails to stop the approaching aircraft. The drone maintains its course and commits to the engagement. The following engagement takes place in the Kherson direction, where a reconnaissance drone from Ukraine's 34th Marine Brigade detects a Russian boat moving along the river. The vessel appears to be transporting an assault group, attempting to reach the opposite bank. Rather than engaging immediately, the drone operator maintains continuous observation, tracking every movement as the boat approaches the shoreline. The coordinates are relayed to a nearby Ukrainian FPV drone team. Just as the boat reaches the landing point and the soldiers begin preparing to disembark, the strike drone rapidly arrives over the target area. Before the group can fully reach the riverbank or organize their movement inland, the FPV drone descends and commits to the engagement. Near the Kupiansk direction, a Ukrainian bombing drone detects a Russian soldier moving through a heavily damaged forest. As soon as the soldier pauses beneath the shattered trees, the drone releases its first munition. After the initial strike, he struggles to get back to his feet, suggesting he may have been injured. Seeing the movement continue, the operator releases a second bomb. This time, the soldier collapses to the ground and is unable to stand again. He attempts to crawl toward nearby cover, but soon stops, apparently exhausted, remaining in place as if waiting for assistance that never arrives. After observing the area for several moments and detecting no additional activity, the drone conducts one final precision drop to neutralize the isolated position. A Russian soldier is seen emerging from a line of bushes while carrying what appears to be an anti-tank mine, likely preparing to place it somewhere near the front line. He moves into the open field for a short distance before stopping beneath the utility pole, seemingly taking a brief rest before continuing. From above, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects the movement and confirms the object in his hands. Moments later, a nearby FPV drone is directed toward the area. The soldier remains seated under the pole, unaware that the drone is closing in. As the aircraft descends, he finally notices the danger, but the reaction comes too late. The drone commits to the engagement before he can move away. An intense scene unfolds in the Donetsk direction, captured from above by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone. The footage begins with a bunker engulfed in flames after a bombing drone strikes a position believed to be occupied by a group of Russian soldiers. As the fire spreads, one soldier suddenly emerges from the shelter and manages to escape without immediately stopping. He weaves through fallen trees and shattered terrain before locating another nearby bunker and climbing inside to seek cover. Moments later, more soldiers rush out of the burning shelter. One appears to have flames spreading across parts of his clothing, prompting a nearby teammate to assist him before they continue moving. Once they regain their composure, the group disperses in different directions, searching for alternative shelter. Throughout the entire sequence, the Ukrainian reconnaissance drone remains overhead, quietly observing every movement without rushing into another strike. Continuing to monitor how the situation develops on the ground, the following engagement takes place over a field of tall grass in the Crimea direction. While conducting a low-altitude search, a Ukrainian drone team notices a long trail pressed through the vegetation, suggesting that a Russian soldier has recently passed through the area before stopping to hide. The operator immediately descends and begins carefully scanning along the track. Realizing that a drone is now searching nearby, the concealed soldier panics and starts crawling away in an attempt to escape unnoticed. The movement exposes his exact position. Within seconds, the drone adjusts its course, rapidly closes the distance, and commits to the engagement before he can disappear back into the tall grass. According to released footage, Ukrainian soldiers operating a ground-based unmanned vehicle from the 92nd Assault Brigade carried out a medical evacuation mission under frontline conditions. The UGV was used to reach two wounded Ukrainian soldiers and transport them toward a safer evacuation point. The scene highlights how unmanned ground systems are increasingly being used to reduce risk, support rescue operations, and move injured personnel away from dangerous combat zones. According to footage released from a Ukrainian nighttime operation over Crimea, multiple drone teams carried out coordinated strikes against infrastructure supporting Russian military activity. Throughout the night, Ukrainian operators targeted a series of electrical substations and energy facilities across the peninsula, aiming to disrupt power distribution and logistical support. The published report states that Special Operations Forces drone units successfully struck 48 separate targets during the operation. Among the locations identified were the 110 kilovolt substations at Bilohirsk, Saki, Tavria, Mykolaiivka, and Stary Krim, along with the Vypasne substation, the West Crimean 330/110 kilovolt substation, and a gas compressor station near Kliuchi. The strikes were reportedly conducted by several Ukrainian drone formations, including Reed, Phoenix, Nemesis, and other special operations drone units. The operation illustrates the expanding use of long-range drone missions against infrastructure and logistics sites located well beyond the immediate front line. Near the Lyman direction, Ukrainian reconnaissance drones detect several groups of Russian infantry concealed beneath dense forest cover, apparently preparing to assemble before launching an assault. Their positions are quietly monitored and relayed to nearby strike units. According to released footage, Ukraine's 60th Mechanized Brigade, known as FATM, deploys heavy bombing drones during a nighttime operation against the concealed positions. Flying above the tree canopy, the drones methodically identify suspected hiding places before conducting a series of coordinated bomb drops. The operation demonstrates how heavy drone platforms are increasingly being used to engage infantry, even in heavily wooded terrain, where traditional observation is more difficult. Throughout the mission, reconnaissance and strike crews work together to maintain continuous surveillance, adjust targeting in real time, and sustain pressure on concealed positions during night operations. According to footage released by Ukraine's Signum Battalion, drone crews conducted an intensive day of air defense operations, deploying numerous interceptor drones to counter Russian unmanned aircraft. During the mission, operators reportedly intercepted 60 Russian Lightning drones before they could complete their intended flights. The released footage illustrates the growing importance of drone against drone combat, where rapid detection, precise piloting, and coordinated interception are essential. Russian Lightning drones have been used extensively to threaten frontline positions and nearby populated areas, making aerial interception an increasingly critical task. Each successful interception prevented another drone from reaching its intended objective, highlighting the expanding role of Ukrainian interceptor units in protecting military positions and reducing the threat posed by hostile UAV activity across the battlefield.